I always had a knack for finding stories where others saw none. That's why I was drawn to the old, dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of a forgotten town. It was a place shrouded in mystery and rumors, a place where a reclusive family once thrived. The town's whispers spoke of mysterious disappearances and strange occurrences within the house. Some said it was cursed, others said it was haunted. I wanted to find out the truth. I arrived at the mansion on a gloomy evening, armed with nothing but a flashlight and a recorder. The gate was rusty and creaky, the path was overgrown and muddy, the house was dark and silent. I felt a chill run down my spine as I approached the front door. I knocked, but there was no answer. I tried the knob, and to my surprise, it turned. I pushed the door open and stepped inside. The interior was dusty and decayed, filled with cobwebs and broken furniture. I could barely see anything in the dim light. I turned on my flashlight and looked around. There were portraits on the walls, faded and cracked, depicting a family of 4, a man, a woman, and 2 children. They looked stern and unhappy, as if they knew something terrible was about to happen. I wondered who they were and what happened to them. I decided to explore the house, hoping to find some clues. I walked through the hallway, checking the doors on both sides. Most of them were locked, but some were open. I entered one of the rooms, which looked like a study. There was a desk, a bookshelf, and a fireplace. On the desk, there was a journal, covered in dust. I picked it up and opened it. It was written by the man in the portrait, the father of the family. His name was Edward. The journal was dated from 1897 to 1901. It chronicled Edward's life in the mansion, his obsession with an ancient ritual, and his descent into madness. He claimed that he had discovered a secret chamber beneath the house, where he found an old book of dark magic. The book contained a ritual that promised to grant eternal life and power, but at a terrible cost. Edward became fascinated by the ritual and decided to perform it. He needed 4 sacrifices: his wife, his son, his daughter, and himself. He wrote that he had killed his wife first by poisoning her tea. He then lured his son and daughter into the chamber, where he stabbed them with a dagger. He then prepared to kill himself, but before he did, he heard a voice that came from the shadows, a voice that said, "Thank you for your offering, Edward. You have done well, but there is one more thing you must do. You must stay here in this house forever. You must guard the chamber and the book and the ritual. You must not let anyone disturb them. You must not let anyone escape. You are now my servant, Edward. You are now mine." Edward realized that he had been tricked. He had not gained eternal life and power, but eternal torment and slavery. He had unleashed a dark force, a force that fed on the souls of the sacrificed, a force that would not let him die or leave or rest, a force that whispered in the shadows. He tried to resist, he tried to fight, he tried to flee, but it was too late. He was trapped in the house, in the chamber, in the ritual. He was doomed for all eternity. That was the last entry in the journal. I felt a surge of horror and disbelief as I read it. I couldn't believe what I had just learned. I couldn't believe what Edward had done. I couldn't believe what he had unleashed. I dropped the journal and ran out of the room. I had to get out of the house. I had to get away from this nightmare. I sprinted down the hallway, looking for the exit. But as I did, I heard a sound that made my blood run cold, a sound that came from the shadows, a sound that said, "Hello there, I've been expecting you." I don't remember how long I've been here. I don't remember who I am. I only remember the pain of being trapped in this house, this prison, this hell, the pain of being alone, forgotten, forsaken, the pain of being cursed, haunted, tormented. I was once a living person, like you. I had a name, a family, a life, but it was all taken away from me by a cruel and twisted fate. I was the victim of a dark and ancient ritual, a ritual that bound my soul to a cursed artifact, a ritual that sealed my fate. The artifact is a locket that belonged to my mother. She gave it to me on my birthday, the day before she died. She told me it was a family heirloom, a precious gift. She told me it would protect me, keep me safe. She lied. The locket is not a gift, it is a curse. It contains a dark and evil power, a power that feeds on the souls of the living. It lures them in with its beauty and charm. It makes them curious, makes them want to open it. But once they do, they are doomed. The locket drains their life force, slowly and painfully, until they are nothing but husks. And then, it adds their souls to its collection, trapping them in an eternal nightmare. I was one of those souls. I opened the locket out of curiosity, out of innocence. I didn't know what it was, what it would do. I didn't know it would kill me and trap me in this house. I didn't know it would make me a ghost that can only scream. I scream every night, every day, every hour. I scream for help, for mercy, for release. But no one hears me, no one sees me, no one cares. I am alone, in the dark, in the cold. I am alone, with the locket, with the curse. But sometimes I see them. The new people, the ones who live in this house, the ones who inherited it from a distant relative, the ones who don't know its history, its secrets, its horrors, the ones who don't know about me, about the locket, about the ritual. They are a family of 4, a father, a mother, and 2 children. They are happy, they are hopeful, they are naive. They think they have found a new home, a new start, a new life. They are wrong. They don't know that the house is alive, that it has a mind of its own. They don't know that the house is angry, that it hates them, that it wants them gone. They don't know that the house is dangerous, that it can hurt them, that it can kill them. They don't know that I am here, that I can see them, that I can touch them. They don't know that I am desperate, that I need them, that I want them. They don't know that I am the key, that they are the key, that we are the key to breaking the curse, to freeing the souls, to ending the nightmare, the key to performing the ritual that can reverse the locket's power, the ritual that can release the silent scream. The ritual requires 4 sacrifices, 4 souls of the living. The ritual requires a blood bond, a bond of family. The ritual requires a choice of life or death. The ritual requires a voice of the tortured. I am the voice of the tortured. I am the one who must speak, who must guide, who must decide. I am the one who must choose, who must sacrifice, who must scream. I have chosen them, the family of 4. I have chosen them because they are like me, because they are mine. I have chosen them because they are the only ones who can help me, who can save me, who can free me. I have chosen them, and they have chosen me. They have heard my cries, they have felt my cold, they have seen my ghost. They have found my room, they have read my diary, they have learned my story. They have understood my pain, they have shared my sorrow, they have felt my despair. They have agreed to help me, to join me, to follow me. They have agreed to perform the ritual, to break the curse, to unleash the scream. They have agreed to give up their lives, to give me mine, to give us peace. We are ready, we are prepared, we are determined. We have gathered in the basement where the locket lies. We have formed a circle around the locket. We have held hands and closed our eyes. We have said the words of the ritual. We have opened the locket and released the power. We have screamed together. We have screamed, the silent scream. We have screamed, and we are free. I never believed in ghosts until I moved into the old mansion on the hill. It was a bargain, too good to pass up. The previous owners, a wealthy couple, had died in a mysterious fire, and the place had been abandoned for years. I thought I could renovate it and sell it for a profit. I was a real estate agent looking for a big break, but I soon realized that I was not alone in the house. Strange noises, cold spots, and flickering lights were just the beginning. I started to see shadows moving in the corners of my eyes and hear whispers in the dark. I felt like I was being watched and followed by something sinister. One day, I found a diary in the attic, hidden under a pile of dust. It belonged to the wife of the previous owners, and it revealed a shocking secret. She was having an affair with a young painter who was hired to decorate the house. Her husband found out, and in a fit of rage, he set the house on fire, killing them both. The painter escaped, but was never seen again. The diary also mentioned that the wife had a strange fascination with the occult, and that she had performed a ritual to summon a spirit to protect her lover. She believed that the spirit was her guardian angel, but in reality, it was a malevolent entity that fed on her jealousy and obsession. The diary ended with a chilling warning. Beware of the woman in black. She is not what she seems. She will haunt you, and she will hurt you. She will not let anyone take her place. She will not let anyone live in this house. She is the spirit of the fire, and she is angry. That night, I woke up to find a figure standing over my bed. It was a woman dressed in a black gown with long hair and pale skin. She had no eyes, only dark sockets that seemed to stare into my soul. She opened her mouth and let out a blood-curdling scream. I jumped out of bed and ran for the door, but it was locked. I tried to break it down, but it was too strong. I looked back and saw the woman coming closer, reaching out with her claw-like hands. I screamed for help, but no one heard me. I was trapped in the haunted house with no way out, and she was coming for me.